Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. So, enjoying mathematics, basics, or got bored from the mathematics? Enjoying or bored? Okay. Enjoying. Only enjoying or learning also? Bored, sir. Okay. Enjoying. Bored. Offline will start from the 12th. There will be the puja. On the 13th, class will start. 12, somebody will take some class. Learning but got bored also. Actually, the mathematics is the tool, na? Because what I said, after some time when you will join us here, so after some time physics will not be the problem. Problem will be the mathematics only. Because calculation, mathematics, maybe physics you will apply, after that you will unable to solve the mathematics. That's why mathematics is important. That I said, now online will start from the 13th. 12th puja is there, so thank you for making physics easy. When I started physics, but physics is interesting. The people are taking the burden of the physics, but if you start learning the physics, then means you will enjoy the physics. When I was studying, I was also thinking the physics is the very difficult. I was also avoiding physics. In the 3-4 months of the preparation, that was the problem. After some time, what happens, the way how I was studying, I realized means it is not the right way for the physics. Means physics we are trying to mug up. We are trying to mug up the example, but that is not the way to read the physics. So when you start learning the concept, if you are conceptually strong, then physics you will start enjoying. Okay, so yesterday I completed the I enjoy physics, but physics does not enjoy. Okay. Okay then. So yesterday I completed the parabola, how to decide the parabola, what is the shape of the parabola according to the equation, how we will decide the equation is the parabolic. Okay. For simple basic level, in your level, basically we can say for the NEET, we will decide by the way what I said yesterday, okay, for the parabola. Now, ellipse and hyperbola, ellipse, only one or two place we will get the ellipse in the physics. So ellipse equation I will say only, okay, and how to decide this equation will be the ellipse, okay. And in the last, I will discuss again the all problem based on the straight line, circle, ellipse, whatever I will complete today. In the last, I will discuss some problem. I will give some problem, you will do, okay? And sine, cos graph also, because that is important for the wave, for the oscillation, okay? So parabola equation, parabola graph, anybody has problem? Parabola equation, graph, anybody has problem? Any type of parabola, whatever I discuss, anybody has problem? And who is joining offline, they have to keep these notes because it will be the important, because whenever is required, we will say, this is in the notes, you can see in the notes, okay? Okay, so parabola all clear, very good. Okay, no problem, sir. Then I will come to the ellipse and circle, hyperbola, then we will discuss again all together. Okay. So ellipse, where we will get the ellipse? What I found in the two places we are getting the ellipse in the physics for the NEET. One in the gravitation and one in the oscillation. Okay. So how to decide the equation of ellipse? Again, what I said, detail, that is a different. But in our level, how to decide? In the NEET level, how to decide? So if the equation you are getting like equation of the ellipse. So if the equation is like this, x square upon a square plus y square means x square divided by like upon any number, okay, plus y square upon any number. Okay, you can convert. Maybe suppose the different form they have given. If you are able to convert in this form, like x square upon some number plus y square upon some number, that is equal to 1. So we will say this is the ellipse. Okay, everybody got or not? So x square upon a square means x square. How we decide the straight line? X and y power was 1 1. How to decide the parabola? One variable power is 1, other variable power is 2. Then we decide it is a parabola. How to decide the ellipse? X square term is there, y square term is there, but their denominator are different. Like x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Then we can say it will be the ellipse. Everybody got or not? So basically I can say a square and b square are the number. What is the meaning of a and b, that I will say later. So if the equation is in this form, x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1, then it will represent the ellipse. This everybody got or not? Okay. Now ellipse, how to draw the ellipse? So everybody know the circle. How to draw the circle? Circle is like this. Okay. So this is the circle. Circle we define the radius. Ellipse, how we can get the ellipse? Now suppose you sit on this circle. Then what will happen? It will bend like this. So this is the basically ellipse. Okay, so means we can say like in a circle, if I'm taking the x diameter and y diameter, so in the circle x diameter and y diameter are equal. Okay, but in the ellipse x diameter and y diameter are different. Okay, everybody got or not? So what I said, ellipse how we can draw? Also we can take this is the ellipse. Okay. So in the Kepler's law, all the planets revolve around the nucleus in the elliptical orbit. Okay, there we have got, and in the SHM, I will say where. Okay, so this is the ellipse. Now, how to decide what is this point, what is this point? Okay, so equation what I gave, equation I said x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Okay. If you remember, intersection x-axis, y-axis intersection is very important. On that basis, we can decide the graph. Okay. So like suppose I am saying for x-axis in the straight line, I said for x-axis intercept, y should be 0. On the x-axis, y is 0. On the y-axis, x is equal to 0. Okay. On the x-axis, y is equal to 0. On the y-axis, x is equal to 0. Okay. Suppose I am saying this is the origin. So 0, 0. What is this point? What is this point and what is this point? Okay, if I want to decide, then what we will do here, this is the x-axis, this is the x-axis. So on the x-axis y value will be 0. On the x-axis y is 0. Equation I have this. If I want to find this point, so this point is on the x-axis. So on the x-axis y value is 0. So x-intercept, I will put y is equal to 0. If I put 0, y is equal to 0, then this part will be 0. Then x square is equal to a square. Then I will get x square upon a square is equal to 1. Or I can say what? X square is equal to a square. Or I will get x is equal to plus minus a. Okay, why plus minus a? Because you can see x-axis is cutting at 2 points, here and here. Okay, so this side I will write a. So this point is what? A comma 0. And this point is what? Minus a comma 0. This everybody got or not? So on the x-axis we got the point a comma 0 and minus a comma 0. Okay. Who will say what is the point on the y-axis? What is the point on the y-axis? What is the point on the y-axis? Plus minus b. So we will get here what? 0, x is 0, y is what? B. And here x is 0, y is what? Minus b. Okay. So x-axis point we are getting a comma 0 and minus a comma 0. And y-axis point we are getting 0 comma b and 0 comma minus b. Okay. For the y-intercept what we will do? Y-intercept we will put x is equal to 0. Okay. So whether you remember this or not doesn't matter. What I said, how we can find the x-intercept, y-intercept. X-intercept, y we will put 0 in the equation, whatever we have. And for y-intercept, we will put x is equal to 0. Okay. No need to mark up that a comma 0 minus a comma 0. Now if you see this ellipse, what I draw, in this ellipse, this length is more. This x-axis length is more. This is less, like diameter if I'm talking about. So in the circle, x diameter and y diameter are equal. But here what is happening? Here x intercept, this x length is more than y. So in the ellipse, we define the major axis and minor axis. Major axis and minor axis. From the name it is clear, major axis means which has a more length, which has the larger length, that is the major axis, and which has the lesser length, that is the minor axis. So what ellipse I have drawn, in that x-axis is the major axis or y-axis is the major axis? Here x-axis is major axis or y-axis is major axis? So x-axis is the major axis. Why? Because x-axis length intercept is more. Okay. So here x-axis is the major axis, y-axis is the minor axis. This everybody got? So x-axis is major axis, and y-axis is minor axis. Okay. This completed. If suppose I am asking what is the length of the major axis? 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 Somebody is saying 2a, somebody is saying a. What is the length of the major axis? Major axis means here to here. Major axis means here to here. What is the length of the major axis? Here to here a, here to here a. So length, what I will say? Length will be 2a. So length of the major axis is the 2a and length of the minor axis is what? 2b. Again I am repeating, length of the major axis is 2a, length of the minor axis is 2b. Like diameter is 2r. Diameter is 2r, na? So like that way we will say whole length, like major axis length is what? 2a, and the minor axis length is what? 2b. Everybody got? So this also you have to remember, length of major axis. And length of minor axis. Okay. This everybody got? Like the Kepler's law, if you remember, if you not remember, then doesn't matter, no problem. Okay. So Kepler's law was what? Like third law, square of the time period of the planet is directly proportional to the cube of the semi-major axis. Cube of the semi-major axis. So semi-major axis is 2a. Major axis is 2a. Semi means half. Half means a. So t square is directly proportional to a cube. That was the statement. In numerical problem, they are giving the circular orbit, but actual statement of the Kepler's law was what? T square is directly proportional to the semi-major axis cube. Semi-major axis cube means a cube. Everybody getting or not? So in the ellipse, one thing is what? Center. Center, what equation I have written? X square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. For this ellipse, center is 0, 0. Center is 0, 0. Okay. Then what is the x-intercept? X-intercept is the plus a comma 0 and minus a comma 0. Y-intercept we can say 0 comma b, 0 comma minus b. What is the length of the major axis? 2a. What is the length of the minor axis? 2b. This everybody got or not? Semi-major axis we can say a, semi-minor axis we can say b. Okay. Completed. Another form also you can get for the ellipse. This also you can get. In this case, major axis is the x-axis or y-axis. In this case, major axis is the x-axis or y-axis. Y will be major, x will be minor. Okay. And according to the equation, we can find the x-intercept and y-intercept. Okay. Center will be 0, 0. Length, here length will be 2a, here length will be 2b. But here major axis is what? Major axis is the y-axis. Okay. Completed or not? Okay. So up to this, okay. So ellipse equation, how to decide the ellipse from the equation everybody got in your level. X square by a square, x square by any number plus y square by any number is equal to 1. Those number has to be different, then we will say it is a ellipse. Why? Both number will be equal, then the major axis and minor axis will be equal. Then it will be the circle. Later I will come. So x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Then we can say it is a ellipse. Okay. What I said, this we are getting one in the Kepler's law, gravitation, and we will get in the oscillation. I will write the equation in the oscillation how we will decide the ellipse. So whether you remember or not doesn't matter. Maybe if you remember, this is the velocity of the particle performing simple harmonic motion. Okay, where v is the velocity, x is the displacement, a and omega. A is the amplitude, omega is the angular frequency, but I'm not saying that. A and omega we have to take as a constant. A and omega we have to take as constant. Okay. V and x. V is the velocity, x is the displacement. So x I am plotting here, v I am plotting here. Actually in the NCERT also they have given what is the relation between the velocity and displacement. What is the graph between velocity and displacement? Velocity and displacement. So it will come ellipse. How to decide? So velocity and displacement, they are asking the relation between velocity and displacement. So first we will write the velocity and displacement equation. So this equation is there, later you will learn. Maybe you remember also. So V is equal to omega under root a square minus x square. Okay. Now I have to write the relation between V and x. Okay. Whatever the graph we have learned, in that root we have not learned. Okay. So squaring is needed because in the formula root is there. So what we will do first? We will square first. Okay. So suppose I square. Because after squaring only we can decide it is a ellipse or parabola or whatever. Okay. So after squaring, what I can write? V square is equal to omega square a square minus x square. This is squaring, everybody got. This is V square. Here omega square. Root square will what? Root will get cancelled out. Everybody got. Up to this okay? Now, which quantity I am plotting on y-axis? I am plotting the V on the y-axis. V I am plotting on y-axis. And x I am plotting on x-axis. Okay. So what I will do? I will replace the V by y. So y square is equal to omega square a square minus x square. So when you see this equation, then you can see x square is coming, y square is coming, x square is coming, y square is coming. So possibility is the ellipse or the circle, like that you can think. Okay. So can I convert in our standard form? If I can convert, then it will be the ellipse or the circle. Okay. Now what I will do? Y square is there. So in our equation, y square upon something is there. Now here omega square. This omega square is a problem. What I will do? Shift the omega square in the denominator. I got y square by omega square. That is equal to what? A square minus x square. Okay, up to this everybody got? Now this x square I am shifting this side. So I got x square plus y square upon omega square is equal to a square. Everybody got this step? Are say yes or no? This step everybody understand? Only I have shifted the x square in the other side. Okay. Now you can see. If I here x square in between plus is there, y square is there, here a square is there. Equation what we learned? X square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Okay, so I need 1 in the right hand side, then I can decide. Okay, so how I can make it 1? Divide by a square on both sides. Divide by a square on both sides. Then a square upon a square, what you will get? 1. So if you divide here, what you got? X square by a square plus y square by a square omega square, that is equal to what? 1. Now you can see x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Now it is an ellipse or not? Tell fast. Everybody decided that now it is an ellipse? Because here x square and y square, their denominator are different. X square denominator is a square, y square denominator is a square omega square. Okay, so if I am saying what is the graph or what is the relation between the velocity and displacement and what is the graph between velocity and displacement, then directly we can say it will be the ellipse. Okay. X-intercept, Y-intercept easily we can find. For the X-intercept, Y you will put 0, then you will get plus minus A. For Y-intercept, you will put X is equal to 0, you will get the Y-intercept. Okay. So ellipse equation, everybody clear? How to decide equation of the ellipse, everybody got? Okay. Major axis, minor axis, everybody got? Okay, one last thing, because in the Kepler's law that will be required. Okay, so Kepler's law, maybe first law, if you remember, what was the Kepler's first law? All the planets revolve around the sun in elliptical orbit. Okay, so ellipse was there, and the sun is located at one of the focus. Sun is located at one of the focus. Okay, so what is this focus? What is this foci? What is the singular is the focus, plural is the foci. Okay, so what is this focus? So you are at home. If you want to draw the ellipse, you will do one thing. Okay, in the at home you can try. put the two fixed point. Okay, either you can take the nail or something. Okay, or some pin you can take. Put the pin on the table or somewhere, or your study table. You can put the two pins. Okay, take one long thread. Okay, means thread should be larger than the distance between the pin. Okay, suppose I am taking the two pin. One pin I put here. One pin I put here. Okay, I put the two pin. And then I took the thread. Thread length, what I said, thread length should be more than this. Okay, S1 and S2. So I took the one thread. Now what I will do, one end of the thread fix at S1. Just tie the one end of the thread at S1 and other end of the thread tied at S2. One end of the thread tied at S1 and other end at S2. Okay. Or everybody, because when you are taking the thread now two ends are there. One end you have to tie it at S2 and one end you have to tie it at S1. Okay. Now after tied, after that what you will do, so two end of the thread is fixed. Okay, now put your finger and now tie the thread. Suppose I fix one end here and I put my finger here. So string also always has to be tight. String also always has to be tight. So you put the finger and you tie the string. Okay, now you mark this point. Suppose you mark this point is P1. Again, shift your finger so that again the string has to be tight. So suppose you shift your finger and you shift your finger here. To mark this point P2 means by shifting your finger, but string should not get loose. Always your string has to be tight and just move your finger different point. Okay, and that point you can mark. Okay, after joining all the point, you will get what? Ellipse. Okay. Everybody getting what I said? Just fix the 2 point, 2 nail or something. Take one thread, two end of the thread, two free end are there. One end tied at S1, one end tied at the nail or S2. Okay. Now after tied, then now what you have to do? You have to tie the string and by shift. Suppose one position you put your finger. String is tight. Mark one position. Okay. Then again shift your finger other place. But string has to be tight. Then mark the another point. Like this, you can move your finger in the surrounding the what? Around the nails. Different point you have to mark. After joining all, you will get the ellipse. Okay, this is the way we can get the ellipse. Okay, so why I am saying this? Because these two fixed points where you have like nails, where you put the two thread, these two fixed points are called focus. These two fixed points are called focus or foci. Okay, so again I am repeating how I draw the ellipse. Means I put the two nail, I take the thread, I join the thread, two end I fix, and then I move my finger around the nail. At the different position of the finger I marked, and after joining all the points I will get the ellipse. Okay, so those two fixed point where I fix our thread, that two fixed point is called the focus. That two fixed point is called the focus of the ellipse. Focus of the ellipse. Everybody got or not? So these like you are getting this shape. Okay, so these 2 points is called the focus of the ellipse. Focus of the ellipse. Understood or not? So if you have the time from your busy schedule, you can try and you will draw, and next class tomorrow you will say, sir, we have made the ellipse by this way. Okay. So what I said, those two fixed point, like basically definition of the ellipse is what? If any point move such that, its sum of distance from two fixed point is always constant. I repeat again, if any point move in such a way that its sum of distance from two fixed point is always constant, then path will be or graph will be ellipse. If any point moves such that its sum of distance from two fixed point is always constant, then graph will be ellipse. Okay, or equation will be ellipse. So what is that meaning is constant? Like here two fixed point are what? S1 and S2. Okay, this point P, your finger is the point. It is moving, and distance of the finger from the two fixed point. Two fixed point is what? S1, S2. Distance of point from sum of distance Sum of distance is always constant. Sum of distance means what? Like S1 P1 S2 P1, it is the length of the thread, and length of the thread, I am not changing the thread in a whole motion. I am not changing the thread, so sum of the distance will be always constant, that will be equal to the length of the thread. Okay, so these two fixed point is called the focus. These two fixed point is called the focus. Okay, so when focus, what is the meaning of focus when it will come in the gravitation? So focus means what? That two fixed point around which we are getting the ellipse. Understood or not? Say yes or no. So you will try to draw the ellipse. Okay. Okay then. So this thing is enough for the ellipse. Okay. Again, when it is required, again I will discuss all these things in the class. Okay then. Circle equation, very less places I have seen that circle is required. But in the 2016 also one question they asked in the kinematics, in that circle equation was required. You have to know the equation of the circle, because according to the option means they were asking the equation of circle. Okay, so how to decide the circle? Ellipse everybody got. Circle, we know that in the circle we have the radius and the all radius means what? Distance of the center, distance between the center and circumference. Okay, and throughout radius is constant. Okay, so what is the difference in the circle and ellipse? In the ellipse, major axis we define, minor axis we define, or I can say x diameter, y diameter are different, but in the circle it is equal. Okay, so only one difference will come in the circle. What will happen? Like in the ellipse, what we learned? X square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. That was the ellipse. In the circle, what will happen? When you are getting the denominator equal, like x square by a square plus y square by a square is equal to 1, means a and b are equal, then I can say it will be the circle. Why? X and y intercept will be equal. Everybody getting or not? So how we will differentiate between the circle and the ellipse? If the denominator of x square and y square are different, this denominator is different, then it will be the ellipse. If denominator are same, then it will be circle. Everybody understood or not? So then circle equation, what we can say? X square plus y square is equal to a square. Okay, this is the only one form. What I said in detail, so many things are there, so many circles are there, but in our level mainly we will deal with that. X square plus y square is equal to a square. Okay, when it was ellipse, what was the center? 0, 0. So here what is the center of circle? 0, 0. Okay, so center of circle we can say what? Okay, if you want, then you can write this form also. X square by a square plus y square by a square is equal to 1. Okay, if you draw this circle, so x intercept and y intercept. For x intercept you will put y0, then you will get x is equal to plus minus a. For y intercept you will put x is equal to 0, you will get y is equal to plus minus a. So it means both sides you will get the x and y, you will get the a and minus a. Then circle, how we will get? Like this is what? A comma 0. This is what? Minus a comma 0. This is what? 0 comma a. This is what? 0 comma minus a. Now one thing you can say, what is the radius of this circle? What is the radius of this circle? What is the radius of this circle? A. Okay, any other? What is the radius of this circle? A. So everybody got, means radius of the circle we can say what? Here center to the circumference, everywhere it will be the A. So then we can say radius is equal to A. Completed? Okay. Okay, so diameter is the 2a, radius is the a, center is the 0, 0. So x square, y square term is there, in between plus is there, denominator of both are the same, then it will be circle, denominator of both are different, then it will be ellipse. Okay. So small example you will say. What is the center? What is the radius? What is the center? What is the radius? What is the center? What is the radius? Center is 0, 0. Okay. What is the radius? Radius is the 4. So we will compare with our standard equation, x square plus y square is equal to a square or r square. If you want, then you can write the radius as a r square. Okay. Now in the place of r square, what we have 16. Then we can say what? R is equal to 4. So radius is equal to 4 and center is 0, 0. Okay. Completed. One more problem, small problem. This is what? Circle or ellipse? This is the circle or ellipse? Or not both? Neither circle nor ellipse. None. Good. It is a circle or ellipse or neither circle nor ellipse. So here common sense required. Like whatever we mugged up, we have to then we are directly applying x square plus y square. All I said, but here I changed little bit. I changed the y square. I multiply with 2. Okay, now you got confused. Now some members are saying the right answer: ellipse, 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 circle. In between one circle is there. Ellipse. Now the people realize they converted into a standard form, then they realize it is a ellipse. Okay, so maybe this is not in our standard form directly. Okay, x square plus, we have learned x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. It is not in that form. Okay, x square plus y square is equal to 8. Then you can say directly it is a circle. It is a circle because x square plus y square is equal to r square. Then that will be the circle. But here 2 is the problem. Here 2 is there, so it means it is not the. So it is not the circle. Then what we can do? We will compare in our standard form, like x square, y square are there. We will convert, we will take a square and b square, and after that we will decide it is a circle or ellipse. Okay. What I will do? Divide with 8 on both sides. Divide by 8 on both sides. Then you will get what? X square by 8 plus 2y square by 8 is equal to 1. Okay. Now x square by 8 plus y square by 4 is equal to 1. Now x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. It is a what? Circle or ellipse? Ellipse. Why? Denominator of x square and y square are different. Understood or not? Completed? Okay, okay then. So straight line, parabola, ellipse, circle, 4 are completed. Okay. Now last one, hyperbola. Who will say in physics you learn? I'm just asking. Wherever in the whole physics where we have learned the hyperbola, where we are getting the, in which chapter, which topic we are getting the hyperbola. So many places we are getting, some places who will say where we are getting the hyperbola. Hyperbola and straight line, these two are very important, and parabola also. Majorly we are getting the dealing like kinematics also in heat and we can say SHM. So many chapters we are dealing with the parabola, hyperbola, electrostatics, gravitation. Mainly 3 we are dealing: straight line, parabola and the hyperbola. Thermodynamics, okay. Dual nature hyperbola, okay. Motion in a straight line, okay. Optics, the people are taking the name of all the chapters. 1D, okay. Okay. Any other chapter? Electric potential, very good. Any other chapter? So in potential we are getting electric field, we are getting gravitation, we are getting, in those cases we are getting rectangular hyperbola. Maybe that word you have heard, rectangular hyperbola. Hasini, why you are asking this class will be repeated in offline? Because you want to sleep now? Gravitation, yes, gravitation also we have got the hyperbolic relation. But majorly we are dealing with the rectangular hyperbola. Hyperbola, there are like one type of hyperbola, we can say it is a rectangular hyperbola. Electrostatics also we have got the hyperbola. So what I'm saying, majorly like Boyle's law also at the constant temperature P inversely proportional to V. So pressure and volume has a hyperbolic relation. Okay. Shri Gosalite, can anyone tell me when will offline class start for NEET long term in Shri Gosalite? Yes, I can say on the 12th it will start. You can join on 12th June. After coming to the Shri Gosalite, after that you don't have to think what is the first topic, what is the second topic, whatever we are teaching that you have to follow. What is the first topic we will teach? So you will study, you will read those topics. So just learn the basics and come, whatever is required we will teach, okay. So what I said, mainly we are getting the rectangular hyperbola, okay. What is a rectangular hyperbola? What is a hyperbola? Where we are getting the hyperbola? Only one place we are getting the hyperbola, in the wave optics. In the wave optics we are getting the hyperbolic. Shape of the fringes is hyperbolic. That I will discuss when it is required. Okay, but whole physics, in most of the chapter we will deal with the rectangular hyperbola. Okay, so rectangular hyperbola means what? Hyperbola shape is like this. Okay, this shape we have to put, not like a parabola. This shape we have to put on the axis. What is the meaning of rectangular hyperbola? When it is not cutting the x-axis and y-axis, means x-axis and y-axis like this, like this, like this, like. So these shape are what? When you are making first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant. So one thing is the asymptote and all. I am not going in detail in that hyperbola. So these are the what? These are the rectangular hyperbola. It is a what? Rectangular hyperbola means it is not cutting the x-axis as well as y-axis. Then it is a rectangular hyperbola. So it is a one particular type of the hyperbola that is called the rectangular hyperbola. Rectangular hyperbola means it is not cutting the x-axis as well as y-axis. Okay. So basically we can say x-axis and y-axis is the tangent at infinity. Means they will touch the x-axis and y-axis at infinity. And infinity we can never reach. Okay. So what is a rectangular hyperbola? Rectangular hyperbola is what? When the x-axis and y-axis is the tangent at infinity, or they are not intersecting. This graph is not intersecting the x and y-axis. Now after seeing the graph, maybe you remember in the atom also we are getting the same graph. In the atom, energy and the R relation, we are getting the hyperbola. Okay. Are everybody got or not? According to that, we have the positive, we have the negative values. Then according to that, we can decide the quadrant. Okay, but the shape will be like this. In the Boyle's law also, we have drawn the graph rectangular hyperbola. Now maybe you remember. Okay, understood or not? So on the basis of the equation, how to decide the relation will be rectangle. What I'm saying, I will deal mainly with the rectangular hyperbola. One place we will get the hyperbola, that will be the wave optics. That time I will discuss. Okay. So similar definition is there like a ellipse. Okay. So rectangular hyperbola, how to decide when you are getting the equation, how you will say that graph will be rectangular hyperbola. Maybe they are saying so many 2-3 years they ask the graph between the magnetic field and the distance for the current carrying cylinder in the electrostatic charge due to the charge sphere. We are getting the hyperbolic graph outside. Okay. So how to decide the graph will be the rectangular hyperbola. So if any equation, how we can write y is equal to some constant where c is, if you are getting the equation y is equal to any constant upon x to the power n, y is equal to any constant, or we can say y inversely proportional to, if you want then you can say y inversely proportional to x to the power n, y inversely proportional to x to the power n. Okay, then it will be the rectangular hyperbola. But there is a condition with the n is any positive real number. Real number means number that exists. Okay. And positive means how we can say the graph will be the rectangular hyperbola if y and x inverse relation is there, like y inversely proportional to x, x square root x to the power 1/3, but that n should be positive, that n should be positive, means inverse relation has to be there, then we can say the graph will be rectangular hyperbola. Everybody got or not? Like in electrostatics, we are getting the field field due to the point charge kq by r square, kq by r square. So field is inversely proportional to r square. So here n value is what? 2. Okay. So graph will be what? Rectangular hyperbola. In the gravitation, gravitational field due to the mass gm by r square. So gravitational field intensity inversely proportional to r square. Due to the dipole, what is the like electric field? 1/4 pi epsilon naught into 2p by r cube. So electric field is inversely proportional to r cube. So here n value is what? 3. So what I said, when inverse relation is there, y and x inverse relation is there, or from the equation how we can say y inversely proportional to x to the power n, not only x square, x cube, x root x to the power 1/3, x to the power 1/5, whatever, decimal also there, but it should be positive. N should be positive. If n is the negative, then what will happen? It will go up. Like suppose I am saying n value is -2, then I will say y inversely proportional to x to the power -2. Suppose I am taking the n value is -2, then this -2, it is the denominator minus. When you will take in the numerator, you will get what? Y directly proportional to x square. Now y is equal to cx square. It is a parabola. It is not the hyperbola. So that's why their condition is there. N should be positive real number. If it is a inverse relation is we are getting, and the power is what? Positive. Power is what? Positive. Inverse relation we are getting and power is positive. Any decimal, fraction, integer, doesn't matter, but it should be positive. Then directly we can say it will be rectangular hyperbola. Understood or not? Okay. Then we can say then graph will be rectangular hyperbola. Okay. Everybody understood or not? So how we will decide the hyperbola equation? Everybody got? Means different now you is there. X and y power 1 y is equal to mx plus c is straight line. One variable power 1, other variable power 2, parabola. Both variable power is 2, but denominator of x square, and they are separated by plus sign, and their denominator are different than ellipse. Denominator are same, circle. Here inverse relation are there, then we can say it is a rectangular hyperbola. Okay. Like In the Boyle's law, we have learned at the constant temperature for the given mass of the gas, pressure is inversely proportional to volume. P is inversely proportional to V at constant temperature and mole, we can say. Okay, now if I am saying what is the graph between P and V, so P and V means suppose I am plotting the P on the y-axis and the V on the x-axis, then what I will say, y is inversely proportional to x. Now here n is what? 1. So y inversely proportional to x means what is the graph I will get? Rectangular hyperbola. Everybody got? Another example, de Broglie wavelength lambda is equal to h by p, where h is the Planck constant. Okay, if I am asking the graph between the lambda and the momentum, what will be the graph? Again the same, lambda is what? Y, h is what? Constant. So then I can use the constant, I can replace by proportionality, or you can use the h. So y is equal to h by x. So y inversely proportional to x, then I will get the graph is what? Rectangular hyperbola. Okay. What is the graph between h and 1 by p? If I am asking the same equation and I am asking the graph between lambda, sorry not h, lambda and 1 by p, what will be the graph? If I am asking the graph between lambda and 1 by p, what will be the graph? Whether you know the equation or not doesn't matter. I have written the equation. I am asking what is the graph between lambda and 1 by p? I think straight line. Means you don't have the confidence on your thinking you are right. Straight line, okay. So here what we will do, I said what? After writing the equation, we have to see, because what we mugged up, what the teacher has taught in the class, maybe what they have given in the exam, that will be different. So according to the which quantity they plotted on x, which quantity they plotted on y, according to that we have to make the graph. Okay, every graph we cannot mug up and we can go through the exam, because suppose I am taking what? I am taking the p on the x-axis, lambda is on the y-axis, but maybe in the exam they change. Okay, in different cases it is possible. That's why we should not mug up. We have to remember the equation, and on the basis of equation we have to plot the graph. Okay, now here lambda and 1 by p I am plotting on the, lambda is on the y-axis, 1 by p is on the x-axis. So lambda I will replace by y, 1 by p I will replace, not p, 1 by p I will replace by x, then I will get y is equal to hx. Y is equal to mx is a straight line passing through origin. So pattern will be what? A straight line passing through origin like this. So that will be the graph. Everybody got or not? So we cannot mug up all the graph, only we have to know that how to plot the graph. Okay. Everybody got? Like in the atom also you have learned the relation, total energy in the atom, in the gravitation, total energy of the satellite, or this formula directly I am writing, minus gm into small m by 2r. Like this type of relation we are getting, total energy of the satellite in the orbit. Okay, whether you know or not doesn't matter. I am saying what is the graph between E and R? Rest of the quantity I have given constant, E and R. Okay, what will be the graph? So rest of the quantity like capital G, mass of the planet, mass of the satellite, all are the, this basically this is what? Constant. Okay, so what will be the graph? Now E I am plotting on y-axis, so I will write y here. Okay, rest of the quantity is constant, then minus of 1 by R, or R I am plotting on x-axis, so I will write this. Okay, what is the role of the minus sign here? Now again I got y inversely proportional to x, but with minus sign is there, means here energy is negative. Energy negative means y is negative. Y is negative means which quadrant I will draw? Distance is positive. Distance is positive. First class I said how to decide the quadrant. X is positive, but Y is negative. Energy is negative. Energy is negative means Y is negative, and X is positive. X is positive. Which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. X is positive, Y is negative. Fourth quadrant. So I know the pattern. Pattern I know, it is a rectangular hyperbola. It is a rectangular hyperbola. Okay. But that rectangular hyperbola I have to draw in the fourth quadrant. I have to draw in the fourth quadrant. Why? Distance of the satellite. R is the distance basically here. So R distance is positive means X is positive. Energy formula minus sign is there. Energy is negative. So energy negative means Y negative, X positive. Which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. So I will draw the same rectangular hyperbola in fourth quadrant. Like this. Are everybody got or not? Understood? So shape is the same. X and Y axis it will not cut. According to the requirement, then we will draw in the quadrant. Okay. This completed. So many places we will get the rectangular hyperbola. Okay, so how to decide the rectangular hyperbola? Y inversely proportional to x to the power n, where n is any positive real number. Any positive real number, it can be decimal, it can be fraction, it can be integer, but it has to be positive. So inverse relation is coming, then we can say it is a rectangular hyperbola. Okay. So this is all about the basic graph that you have to know, because different chapters we will get these graph. Okay, so 4-5 equation and 4-5 graph you have learned. Okay, sometime what is happening in the problem, the graph, whatever they are saying in the option or whatever the graph we will learn, that is not any known curve. It is not a known curve, like it is not a straight line, it is not a circle, it is not the ellipse, it is not the parabola. We have to decide from the pattern, like how the values are changing. Okay, or maybe according to the option, sometimes we have to think. Okay, means we don't know what is the graph, how this quantity will vary. Okay, means among these 4-5 graph, whatever I said, those are like it will not belong to these 4-5 graph. So how to decide the option means this will be the right option or this will be the right variation. This type of situation we have got in the dual nature also, like dual nature, current and the anode potential graph we have drawn. It is not the straight line, it is not the parabola, it is not the hyperbola. Okay, so how we can get the option, like we don't know that this 4-5 graph are not there. So how to decide the option means this will be the right variation. So few points, on that basis we can eliminate the options and we can check that this is the right answer. Okay, so if suppose you are getting the variation that is not the known, not the parabola, not the hyperbola, it is not the known variation. So 4-5 point I will say, 3-4 point I will say, that on that basis you can check the graph. Okay, first thing, suppose they are saying how this quantity is varying, like they have given some situation. So for the graph, what we will see, first thing we will check the origin. We will check origin. Listen carefully. Other, if you want to write, you can write also. First, we will check for the origin. For the origin means what? Graph is passing from the origin or not. Means if I am putting the x is equal to 0, I am getting y is also 0. If I am putting x is equal to 0 in the equation or in the situation, x is equal to 0. So for the x is equal to 0, if you are getting y is equal to 0 also, after putting the x is equal to 0, you are getting y is equal to 0. It means that graph is passing from origin. Okay. In the given option, maybe suppose you put x is equal to 0 and you got y is equal to 0. Okay. Then it means this graph is passing through origin. So you will check the option. Among the 4 options, which graph is passing from origin? Suppose 3 graph are, they have given 3 graph is passing from origin. So one option you eliminated. Okay, now 3 option is only remaining. Okay, so one is what? First thing is what? We will check for the origin. The graph is passing through the origin or not. Okay. Are everybody getting my point or not? So I am not saying that how to plot the graph, because we are not going to plot the graph, exact graph, and then we will check the option. From the option we will decide our answer. Okay, if it is not the known graph. Okay, so what I am saying, first thing we will check for the origin. Okay. Second thing, we will check for the intercept. We will check for intercept. Intercept means x-intercept and y-intercept. I said what? For the x-intercept, y is equal to 0. For x-intercept, y is equal to 0. So what we will check? If I am saying, suppose I am given the variation between velocity and time. So if I am putting time is equal to 0, what is the velocity? Okay, one condition you got. If I am putting the velocity is equal to 0, then what is the time? Like this way, if you are putting the x is equal to 0, for x-intercept, you will put y is equal to 0. For x-intercept, you will put y 0. Then you will check. Like suppose you got, for x-intercept, you put y is equal to 0. After putting y 0, you got x is equal to 5. You got x is equal to 5. Then you will check option. In which graph x-intercept is 5. Okay. So you will check for x-intercept. For the x-intercept, you will check the condition y is equal to 0. Okay. Third point, you will check for the y-intercept. For y-intercept, what you will do? X is equal to 0. Okay, so these three everybody got. We will check for the origin, and these all you can do fast. Okay, all these situations you can do fast. So first we will check for the origin. Okay, so means x is equal to 0 when you are putting. So what is the y? If you got y is equal to 0, it means this graph is passing from the origin. Okay, otherwise we will put x is equal to 0. For x-intercept, we will put y 0. If you got some x value, it means x-axis is cutting at this point. Okay. For y-intercept, you are putting the x is equal to 0. Then you will get some y value, not 0. Then it means this graph is cutting the y-axis. Okay. So when you are putting x0, you are getting y0, means graph will pass from origin. If you are putting x is equal to 0, you are putting some y value, it means y-intercept will be something. Okay. If you are putting the y is equal to 0, you got x value not 0. Some value you got means you got the x-intercept. So for x-intercept y0, for y-intercept x0, and if the one is 0, other is also 0, then it means it is passing from origin. So these 3 points first we have to check. Okay. After that, what we will do? Suppose they are asking the time variation. They are asking the how this quantity will vary with the time. So increase the time, like as the time is increasing, where the value is going. As the time is increasing, like time is going towards infinity, where the value is going, on that basis you can check the graph, final graph. What I said, when time is approaching, like time is going towards infinity, means time is increasing, the quantity is increasing, decreasing, or become constant. On that basis we can eliminate some option. So one, origin, second, x-intercept, y-intercept. Last what I said, we will check for the t is equal to infinity or x is equal to infinity and minus infinity. When x value is increasing, then what is the value of y? Y value is also increasing, y value is decreasing, or y value become constant after some time. Then according to that we can decide the graph. Again I am repeating, increase the x value as the x is approaching towards infinity, x is going towards the large value, where our y value is going. Y value is also increasing, okay, one way. Second, y value is decreasing, second possibility. Third is what? On increasing the x value, y value become constant. So on these three, we can check the what? Final graph. Everybody getting or not? Because plotting the graph for you, it is a difficult. Different points are there. So that we never expect from you. Okay. So on the basis of the options, we can check these things and then we can decide the final answer. Are everybody getting or not? So origin, x-intercept, y-intercept, and on increasing the x value, what is happening with y? Okay. Origin, x-intercept, y-intercept, increasing, decreasing, or constant. Increasing, decreasing, or so increase the x value and effect on y. Y increasing, y decreasing. Fourth point is what? Increase the x value, y is increasing or y is decreasing or y is become constant. Okay. Somebody has written also, first is the origin, second is the x-intercept, third is the y-intercept, fourth is the increase the value of x and check for the y. Check for the y. Okay. Okay. So once one or two example I will show that how we can check. Okay. So whether you know or not, that maybe I'm first considering that example, means I am expecting maybe you know that this year also they asked the same question, and here current. Maybe you remember. Otherwise, when you will join us, then I will discuss that. So in the dual nature, we have drawn the one graph between the anode potential and current, okay, for the given intensity. So maybe if you remember, photo current, like current is zero at the stopping potential. When the potential is negative, then current is zero. Current means here Y. Current means what? Y. And anode potential is what here? X. So for X intercept, Y is zero. For X intercept, Y is zero. So current will not be zero on the positive value. When the anode potential is negative, that is called the stopping potential. That is called the stopping potential. Then current will be zero. So current will not be zero on the positive value or zero. Current will be zero on the negative value. So if you remember, for this example, I am just expecting maybe you remember. If you are not remember, this we will discuss at that time also. So current will be zero when the anode potential is negative. That particular potential is called the stopping potential. Okay. So here the graph is starting from the negative. Okay. Now after that, when the anode potential is increasing, current is increasing. Now you start, first you got the x-intercept, okay? You got the x-intercept is negative. After that, when anode potential, x value is increasing, current is increasing. But after some time, current becomes saturated current, current becomes constant. That's why if you remember the graph, we are getting like this, okay? Because here exact equation we don't have, means which equation it is following. So from the equation we cannot draw the graph. By the observation only, what is happening at negative potential, current is zero. As now we are increasing the potential, current is increasing. But after some time, what is happening? Current become constant for the given intensity. So we are getting this type of graph. Okay. At the time of the dual nature, I will discuss in detail that what is the meaning of the photocurrent, what is this anode potential, what is the meaning of a stopping potential. But this example is for those students who know this variation, current and anode potential. Okay. Are everybody got or not? One example I will say that graph you don't know, but how we can decide the option. Okay. That is for everyone, even you know or not. Okay. Are you completed? In DC, in the current electricity, DC RC circuit, you will get the current charging of the capacitor, discharging of the capacitor. Suppose I'm taking one example, discharging of capacitor. I'm writing the equation. Just take the RC as a constant and Q naught as also what? Constant. Later you will learn. Suppose here Q naught is one constant and RC I have given one constant. This is the discharging of the capacitor. It is a discharging equation for the capacitor. Okay. Q is equal to Q naught into e to the power minus t by RC. We don't know what is the graph between them. Suppose they ask how the charge is changing with time, how the Q varies with time. Okay. In the options what they given, these are the toughest part of the graph we can say, but I'm giving the basic idea how to check. Okay. Now listen, here Q I have plotted on y-axis, T is the another variable that I plotted on x-axis. E is the one constant, its value is 2.7 around. Okay, that is called the Euler constant. Small e is the what? Constant. Q naught is the constant, RC is the constant. Okay. I am asking the variation of Q with T. Okay. Suppose this equation you have and you want to draw the Q and T graph. Okay. So what you will do first? First step is what? Which quantity you plotted on Y, you will replace by Y. So Q you will replace by Y. That is equal to what? Q naught is constant, take as it is, no problem. E is constant, write as it is. T I am plotting on x-axis, so upon x, and RC is constant, write as it is. Okay. This is the graph I got. Now after seeing the equation, everybody got this is not the straight line, this is not the hyperbola, this is not the parabola, this is not the ellipse, this is not the circle. So I cannot draw directly from the whatever we learned in the ellipse and the circle and the parabola. Okay. Then how we can draw the graph? So I will go to those points what I said. Okay. First I will check for the intercept or the origin. So suppose I am putting the x is equal to 0. If I am getting y is equal to 0, means graph is passing from origin. So if I put x is equal to 0 here, so if x is equal to 0, then what I will get? Something to the power 0. something to the power 0 is equal to 1. I think this mathematics everybody know. Something, some variable to the power 0 is what? 1. So if I am putting the e to the power 0, so I will get what? 1. So then what is the y? Y you will get what? Q naught. Y you will get Q naught. It means for x, y intercept you are putting x is equal to 0. If you got 0, y is also 0, it means it is passing from origin. But what we are getting, if I am putting the x is equal to 0, I am getting what? Y is equal to Q naught. It means it is not passing from origin. What is a y intercept? Y intercept is Q naught. X value 0 means y axis. Y intercept what we are getting? Q naught. So then I will write what here? 0 comma Q naught. Okay, one work, 3 points now, 2 point over origin, it is not passing through origin, and I got the y intercept. For x intercept, y has to be 0. For x intercept, third point what I said, we have to check the x intercept, y intercept. So for the x intercept, y 0. If I am putting y 0, so remember one thing, power function will never be 0. If any number power you are writing, so it will never be 0. Any number you are writing power, whether negative, positive, whatever you are, like 2 to the power 0.00003. Suppose you are writing this. This is very small. But it will never be 0. It will never be 0. It means if I am writing the y is equal to 0, if I am taking the y is equal to 0, then I will not get any x. Why? Because y cannot be 0. Power function, any number power when you are writing, it can never be 0. Any number power, that will never be equal to 0. It will be 0 at infinite or minus infinite. And infinite we can never reach. Okay. So what I am saying, origin, we check, first we put x is equal to 0. Then I am not getting y is equal to 0. It means this graph is not passing from origin. So we will check the option. Okay. Second thing, when I put x is equal to 0, y what I got? Q naught. It means y intercept is the Q naught. Okay. For x intercept, I will put y 0. But y cannot be 0 because it is a power function. It means x axis will not cut. 3 point over. Okay. Now, if I am increasing the x value, fourth point, if I am increasing the x value, then e to the power minus, like e to the power minus 2, e to the power minus 3, e to the power minus 4, like this, then 1 upon e square, 1 upon e cube, 1 upon e to the power 4. As the values are increasing, x values are increasing, this value is decreasing. Why? Power is negative, like e to the power 4 is more, but denominator, e to the power 3 less, but denominator. So like as you are increasing the x value, 1 upon e to the power 5, 1 upon e to the power 6, 1 upon e to the power, like this value is decreasing. It means on increasing the x value, y value is decreasing. On increasing the x value, y value is decreasing. So graph you have to make like this, but you should not cut the x-axis. That will be the graph. So it will give the basic idea about the option, which option we have to go. Should I repeat again? It is little bit difficult, but by this way, when you are getting the unknown graph, we can decide the right option. I have to repeat again. Tell fast. In AIMS, sometime 1 year they asked, when AIMS was conducting separate exam, then they asked this type of variation, exponential growth, exponential variation you will learn in the bio also. This is the exponential decay, exponential growth, exponential decay, there will be in the bio also. A similar graph they will say maybe in the bio. No, everybody understood or not? So what I said, we don't have to plot the graph. We have to check the option. Among the 4 given options, we have to check the option. So how we can check the option? We will check for the origin, we will check for the x-intercept, we will check for the y-intercept. And last one, after that, if we are unable to decide, we will check for the fourth option. Fourth option is what? On increasing the x value, where the y is going. Y is increasing, y is decreasing, or y is constant. Okay. Completed. Now, anybody has any confusion in the graph, whatever I discuss these things? So these points you will keep with you, and then again when it is required, then in the short we will discuss about this concept, and again we will go ahead. Formula is not given, then what will happen? Then how to decide the graph? That is also the one question means if suppose sir we don't have the formula not given, then how we can draw the graph? Like one example is there in gravitation in the NEET 2017-16 they asked one question. They are saying that a man is moving from the surface of the earth. Listen carefully. Maybe you have seen that question in PYQs. A man is moving on the surface of the earth, from the surface of the earth, and he is going towards the Mars, on the surface of the Mars. Okay. So man G value on the earth they have given 10, and the Mars G value they given the 4. Okay. So that is a simple way I am saying directly some data. Suppose man started here distance, here weight. Okay. Initially man is on the earth surface. So x is equal to 0. Distance we are taking is starting from the earth surface. When the man is on the earth surface, suppose I am taking the weight is 1000 Newton. Okay. Weight is 1000 Newton. And on the Mars, suppose Mars is here, Mars surface, here weight is, I am taking this example 600 Newton. Now question what I am saying, that question I am not going exactly. Here man is on the earth surface, suppose earth surface weight is the 1000 Newton. Okay. And man is reaching up, man is started moving on from the earth surface, and he is going towards the surface of the Mars. On the Mars surface weight is 600 Newton. Okay. When he is reaching on the surface of the Mars, his weight is 600 Newton, and when he is on the earth surface 1000 Newton. He started from the earth and going towards the Mars. So means x is equal to 0 we will take on earth surface. Okay. So x is equal to 0 here. X is equal to 0. What is the y value? Weight is 1000. Weight is 1000. When he reach on the Mars, what is the weight? 600. These 2 points. Okay. Then when he is, so they ask how the weight of the man will vary when he is started from the earth surface to the Mars. How the weight of the man will vary, how the which graph shows the right variation of the weight, which graph shows right variation of the weight with the distance. Man is started from the earth surface, he is going to the Mars. That data maybe G and all you don't know, that's why data directly I gave. The weight on the earth surface is 1000, weight on the Mars is 600. Man is started from the earth surface, that's why x0. What is the weight? 1000. Man reaches on the Mars, what is the weight? 600. So initial point is the 1000 Newton, final weight is the 600. They are asking how the weight of the man is varying. Okay. Remember one thing that I will discuss in gravitation. When the man is moving from the this and this, one point we will get the weight is equal to 0. In between, one point we will get where the weight will be 0. Where the weight will be 0. Okay, that I will discuss in the gravitation concept. One point we will get what? Weight is equal to 0. Again, I am repeating, when the man is going from the earth to the Mars, one point we will get where the weight will be 0. Okay. Now I am giving the 4 option. You will say the right answer. We don't know what is the variation of the weight, how the weight is varying. We don't know any equation. They have given these 4 graphs. Okay. So starting graph is what? 600,000 Newton. Okay. All the graph is starting from 600 Newton. Final weight is what? 600 Newton. Okay. Final weight is the 600 Newton. That is all the graph. Final weight is 600. Now what I said, one thing we have to remember, that is the topic of the concept of the gravitation. Only one point we will get where the weight will be 0. Now you will say which graph is correct? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Very good. Means everybody understood or not? In 1, directly it is going from 1000 to 600. No 0 is there. Okay. So 1 is not the option. In 2, it is not going linearly, but 2 is also what? It is not becoming 0. Okay, 2 is eliminated. In graph 3, 1 point we are getting 0 because on the x-axis y value 0, on the x-axis y 0. It means on the x-axis weight will be 0. So we are getting the weight is equal to 0 at 1 point. Okay. And in the option 4, we are getting the weight is equal to 0 at 2 points. These 2 points. On the x-axis y value is 0. So we are getting the weight 0 at 2 points. But what I said, weight will be 0 only at 1 point. So which is the right answer? Third one. Everybody got or not? So here I don't know the equation, I don't know the variation, but on the basis of the concept we can say this will be the graph. Understood or not? Starting point and final point they have given the same, so on that basis we cannot differentiate, but on the basis of x-intercept we can differentiate the graph. Understood or not? Okay, so these are the points that you will remember. Okay, and you will keep all these notes when you are coming to the campus. All this will be the useful. Okay, then next we will see the now small things are only remaining for the basic mathematics part, progression, AP, GP, small things, and then trigonometric graph. Maybe sir said if required then something I will discuss in the trigonometric graph. Okay, so major part of the basic mathematics is over, but one or two class maybe I will discuss some collective problem from all the basic mathematics topic. Okay, then bye bye.